Welcome to the 10th lesson of SmartKnitter. Knit Instructions, Level 1. Today, we will explain each knitting tools in detail and color palette. First, let's take a look at the color palette on the right. Each color has its color number and RGB code shown on hover. Double-click on a color to open up adjustment window. We can change the color's LAB values, HSV values, RGB, HEX, etc. Some colors have special meaning as shown when used. Now let's take a look at the knit tools. This panel is set to have the partial knit feeder on the left. Let's try to change it to the right. Go to Knit Tools on Machine and Cast on Off setting. We can update the MC settings here. For details, please refer to previous lesson. The partial knit feeder is now on the right. Tool 1. Edge Stitch Shift. Select the area where we want to perform Edge Stitch Shift. Go to Knit Tools, Edge Stitch Shift, leftmost 1 stitch shift left 1 stitch. The leftmost stitch in the selected area is now shifted to the left by 1 stitch. We could revert it by Knit Tools, Edge Stitch Shift, leftmost 1 stitch shift right 1 stitch, or simply click back. Here are the different options and results for the Edge Stitch Shift tool. Tool 2, Edge Stitch Change. This tool changes the structure of the edge stitch to front-back stitch. Select the area where we want to perform Edge Stitch Change. Go to Knit Tools, Edge Stitch Change, leftmost 1 stitch to front stitch. The leftmost stitch in the selected area is now changed to front stitch. Here are the different options and results for the Edge Stitch Change tool. Tool 3. Add space to edge stitch. This tool changes the structure of the edge stitch to alternate stitches. Select the area where we want to perform Add space to edge stitch. Go to Knit Tools, Add space to edge stitch. Turn leftmost 1 stitch to alternate needle. The leftmost stitch in the selected area is now changed to alternate needle. Here are the different options and results for the Add space to edge stitch tool. Tool 4. Move stitch to leftmost, rightmost. Select the area where we want to perform Move stitch to leftmost. Go to Knit Tools. Move stitch to leftmost. Stitches in the selected area is now aligned left. This tool is helpful when we would like to edit stitches, colors for curved edges. For example, we could change the color of the leftmost 8 stitches of the arm's eye. Reduce the size of the selected window to appropriate width and use the Change Color tool. Expand the selected window to the original width. Go to Knit Tools, Move stitch to rightmost. The panel is now reverted to its original shape where the leftmost 8 stitches of the arm's eye are in different color. Tool 5. Move stitch to top or bottom. Select the area where we want to perform Move stitch to top. Go to Knit Tools, Move stitch to top. Stitches in the selected area is now aligned top. The carriage direction for partial knitting is incorrect for this area. We need to shift it downward by 1 row. Reduce the selected window by 1 row and go to Knit Tools, Move stitch to bottom. The carriage direction is now correct while keeping the original pattern. Tool 6. Align Trim. This is a cardigan front panel where the trim is half Milano. We could reduce the knitting time by aligning the trim to right, so that the half Milano trim is knitted in a straight line. Select the area where we want to perform Align Trim. Go to Knit Tools, then Align Trim. The trim is now aligned right. Narrowing is now done on the left of the trim instead. For rows where there are narrowing for armsick and half Milano trim at the same time, we split the narrowing actions into 2 lines. Color 31 means action only, no knit. Tool 7. Align and knit together. This is a file for beret done through narrowing. Select the area where we want to perform Align and Knit Together. Go to Knit Tools, Align and Knit Together. Select Narrowing Mode. Click on the position where we want the stitches to align towards. Stitches are now aligned towards the middle through narrowing where fashioning marks are visible. We could do pattern fill now when the panel is aligned center. We could expand it through Knit Tools, Expand Narrowing. Note that the narrowing symbols are different from where we started. When the knit symbols are now converted to narrowing point, we could align them again using Knit Tools, Combine Narrowing, Tool 8, Split Tubular into 2 lines. Tubular is represented in 1 row in knitting instructions. This may cause the carriage direction for partial knitting to be incorrect while exporting to machine code as shown. There are extra floats here. In order to solve this problem, we first split the tubular into 2 lines for easier calculation. Select the area and go to Knit Tools, Split Tubular into 2 lines. Tubular in the selected area is now splitted into 2 lines, front stitch and back stitch. We can now determine the section to edit to correct the carriage direction. Remove the full needle here. The carriage direction is now correct, and there is no extra float. Tool 9. Narrowing Functions. There are 4 functions in total, and they are usually used in combo. Let's say we would like to do a jacquard pattern fill for this panel, excluding the narrowing stitch. Select the area with narrowing stitches. Go to Knit Tools, Narrowing Function, Split Knit, and transfer into 2 lines. Rows that has knit and transfer is now split into 2 lines, and the transfer stitches are in color 31, action only. Next, go to Knit Tools, Narrowing Function, Hide Lines with color 31. All narrowing actions are hidden, and we can now do pattern fill. Once pattern fill is done, go to Knit Tools, Narrowing Function, Show Lines with color 31. If we are doing color 31 narrowing with jacquard, we need to insert an empty line under the narrowing line in order for the translation to be correct. Go to Knit Tools, Narrowing Function, Insert Empty Line under lines with color 31. Select the entire panel and export to machine code. This is correct. If we export without the empty line under color 31, the machine code will be incorrect. Tool 10. Edit Protected Layer. If protected area is not set properly during export, we could edit them here. First, navigate to the protected layer on the layer panel. Go to Knit Tools, Protect Leftmost, Mode 1, 7 stitch. These options are explained in detail in previous lesson. Tool 11. Change stitch in protected area to front back stitch. Navigate back to the stitch layer. Go to Knit Tools. Change stitch in protected area to back stitch. Stitches in the protected area are now changed to back stitch. This marks the end of this tutorial. Thank you for watching.